Right, so we're back. We're back. Yeah, okay, we're back. Yes, blame the cold fingers. It's cold up here. Apologies, I pressed the wrong button and then accidentally ended the stream. It's cold finger syndrome. I have no heater up here at the moment. I did put the radiator on, but it's not heated up in time. But yeah, we're back. So big apologies for that. Hello. Hopefully everyone can come back in. I'll wait for everybody. Yeah, we'll blame it on Heath. It's always Heath's fault, isn't it? Who's black? Who's black? Hello, James. Hello, Simon Trains. Carl's back in. Owen's back in. I didn't get the notification. Yeah, back in. Part one of the stream, I accidentally ended it by pressing the wrong button due to cold finger syndromes. So I'll wait for everyone to come back in. Yes, I can just you know, it's everyone in the old stream. I've been informed. So we'll get back to the replacement stream. Yes, I pressed the wrong button. Prominent exits between chair and keyboard. PEBCAP. I've not seen that one before. Missed part one, says Owen. No problem. Go back. We've just been running some trains. We did the redraw. So if anyone doesn't know, Simo D did win the redraw. So we await him to claim his prize. He has until 8 PM next Tuesday to claim. Now, fell out the loft. No, not yet. Not yet, Brian. Don't worry. Time will tell. People are quick to run away. Not to worry. Everyone will come back. 26 of you back already. Fantastic stuff. Just waiting on people to return. 30 return now. Yes, did you know not to press the big red button? Indeed. What it was is because I had my camera on another device, I turned the camera and pressed on the screen because my phone screen is so sensitive, and it pressed and my finger was held down. Oh, wait, strap lines in. All right, Tim, how you doing, kid? And it just took it as a button to end stream. So big apologies for that. But we've got a good number of you back. Is that rain I can hear in the background? No, actually, it's because I think the audio is using. Let me just check. I think it's using your laptop audio. Let's go to the webcam audio. Changed it over. So you might get a bit of a clearer sound. So as I stated, we hadn't done the shout outs. So we're going to do the shout outs. We're going to go with shout out number one straight away. And we're just going to basically talk trains. If anyone wants to come into the stream, they are welcome also. I'm going to bring, hello. Yes, let's bring the camera onto me. So we had a bit of a running session. It wasn't brilliant. I'm saying nothing's ran for a while, over a week, then the plaster clothing and stuff like that. So it's been rather difficult to get it sorted. So there we go. Right, shout out number one is the Heritage Line. Now, I've chosen this one because I've been following this one since the channel was created, and I feel it does need some more subscribers. It is a lovely little channel. It's a little N-gauge layout. Oh, wrong button. I'm pressing wrong buttons. Ooh, coughing. Right, so this is the Heritage Line. Welcome to the Heritage Line. This is my journey in the N-gauge model railways. On my main layout, the Heritage Line, which is loosely based on Gothland, which resides on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, Heritage Railway, NYMR. But along the journey, I will also be showing my little exhibition layout, Swades Pond, as well as as well as showing how-to tutorials of various things across the whole spectrum of model railways, showing my methods and approach to the various obstacles us modelers face during our time throughout the hobby. Lovely little about buys. So I'm just going to do a refresh. The link is in. Great. I can see the channel subscriptions are going up. Bang that gasoline. Hey, Mr. Container Man, you're in the house. Welcome. Fair point there, Barnabas Junction. Do you call petrol gas? It's right, yes, petrol over there. It's called gas, but it's actually a liquid, not a gas. Okie dokie. So I'm going to get you prepared. I'll be posting the link in the chat. We'll have a little bit of a chit chat for the next 45 minutes while I do the shout outs. So yeah, Heritage Line, great little end gauge layout. It's quite a detailed instruction of what he's doing. He's got some nice locos, and that's for sure. He does show there some Stobart locos. He's showing some, I'm sure I saw some DRS stock as well. And he's talking very in depth. Oh, I did see a bit of EWS stuff there. So yeah, go check out the. Oh, it's not this one. Yes, it is, because he's got Stobart rail. That's DRS. So go check him out. Let's have a look. How many of you? He hasn't. Oh, great. He's on 64. Remember, when you do subscribe, you click the bell, select all to receive the notifications, and make sure you interact with that channel. Make sure you definitely interact with that channel, because if you don't, YouTube do the naughty thing and decide to remove you, which they shouldn't do because it's really wrong of them. There is no duck icon. What duck icon? Unsure on what that means, but yes, check out the channel. Make sure you do interact. Go on their latest video and tell them that you subscribe, courtesy of hearing him about his channel here on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday shows with his shout out. He does. I know he has been here on the show in the past. Doesn't mean you have to be here all the time, but thank you very much for when he has been here. Ed deserves a shout out. Superb to see his subscription numbers going up. Make sure you check out 2 or 3 of the videos and have a good insight. And yeah, I can see he's operating with the Z21, which is an interesting concept, because that is a possibility. I really would like a Gauge Master DCC. I can't remember what it is now, but a Gauge Master controller in the future. When I can afford it, I will upgrade from my Hornby to either Gauge Master or Z21. I'm a bit torn between the two at the moment. Okie dokie. So we do have someone down in the basement, our first gentleman modeler coming into the stream. So before we do shout out number 2, we will get this gentleman in the stream. So here we go. Please welcome Finniston Central. We welcome Brian into the show. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Helps if I actually unmute
you caught me midway trying to set the phone up.
Good evening, Brian.
That's better. Hello all. How are you?
And how are you?
Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
Got a new phone, so I'm trying to get it all set up.
Yes, I believe you have changed from the world of the Apple devices and moved over to the Android world.
Yeah, I couldn't get on with it. I really couldn't. To be honest with you, God's honest truth, this is right. I got this new fangled i6 phone. It's also great. And
Right.
yeah, and I had it for 6 months into my 2-year contract, and I threw it in a drawer. Chucked it in a drawer. Couldn't stand it. It's a load of bloody shit.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Sparky's in the house. Good day, Model Railroaders. He says.
Yeah,
good day to you, Sparky. I hope you're well. Feel free to drop in if you wish.
Absolute load of rubbish it was.
So if anyone else wanted to join, I'll post a link in again. We do have another modeler in the bottom, in the basement. I'll bring them in. So good evening to Blackwood N-Gauge Layout. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Thank you very much. How's the modelling going?
The modelling is going pretty well. I spent actually all this afternoon on the layout, giving it a right good clean, because obviously I've spent a huge amount of time out in the garden preparing the base for the new building that's going to house Blackwood N-Gauge Layout, as it's been given the eviction notice by my better half.
Sorry, James. Sorry, Simon.
Yes, I've been following on your progress of moving from the spare room to a new outbuilding.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be coming in the first week in December, but I understand that where I live in Scotland, we are about to possibly be put into a complete lockdown because of COVID-19. So all that could change. So interesting times coming up.
Flint Sills, Jeff Hammond saying, are you in? You must be cold. You have the earmuffs on.
No, these are actually new headphones that my wife bought me. Noise reduction headphones. It's absolutely great because when they're on, I can't hear an absolute thing. She has to actually wave at me to attract my attention. So they do have their advantages.
The opposite of mine keep falling out my ears.
Are you, Brian? I think Brian's using them new earpod ones, aren't they? So, Brian, how's the modelling for the loft? Have you managed to get in the loft at all? I know it's obviously the colder weather.
The weather actually hasn't been too bad. It's just finding the time. This week I'm on my short week at work, so I've got more time. I've got more time to deal with stuff on the layout, and the wife's nagging at me to get the decorating finished, so I've got to get that done before Christmas.
Indeed. Anybody else want to come in and chat? We'll have a bit of chat before I do shout out number 2. In fact, I'm just going to get shout out number 2 prepared. One moment, you guys. Let's talk. Oh, heritage.
I'm in the process at the moment of trying to remove some paint off my Intercity 125. That little section there. I don't know whose channel it was now. I saw it on someone's channel just recently, where they made the point of saying that the livery on the old Hornby Intercity 125s was wrong because it covers over the grill section, and of course I've been looking at pictures online, and yeah, true enough, the yellow line, the orange line doesn't go as far as it does on the model. So I've been here trying to scrub the lines out.
Oh, right. Struggles.
Lots of little projects. Lots of little projects going at the moment.
Just checking on something. We'll come back to that in a moment. The team are working on it. So I do have now. How do you manage, Ewan, with your N-Gauge? Have you got N-Gauge fingers?
I suppose yes. I mean, I started off in double O gauge. I had a double O gauge when in my childhood teens, then to my early 20s, and then I had a break from railway modelling. And essentially, when I came back in, I had the opportunity to use this room here for a layout. And I could always remember that the one thing that I had with double O gauge was not being able to run full length trains. So I did a bit of research, and obviously N-Gauge has come on in leaps and bounds. Most of the N-Gauge models are probably just about as good as double O gauge. Hence the reason I decided to go down the N-Gauge route. But yeah, you get used to it. I mean, I see a lot of people say, "Oh, I couldn't do it because it's so small, it's so fiddly." I mean, I'm 60 now, and I mean, yes, you get used to it. It's just like anything else. I mean, I would probably struggle if I went back to double O gauge because your eye gets into, even if you're making something scratch built, your eye will tell you that's out of scale. That just doesn't look right, and it's exactly the same in N gauge. So. Yeah, I mean, I would say to a lot of people, you know, to consider N gauge, and hopefully the layout itself has shown what you can do. I mean, I do have a lot of people who say they don't believe it's N gauge, they think it's double O gauge, but I can assure you it is N gauge, and it's all proprietary. It's good stock that runs on it.
Yeah, I have noticed a lot over the years. The N gauge, the detail and the quality of the products in the N gauge or N scale gauge, where depending on which side of the pond we're on, it's come on leaps and bounds. It's really, really improved to this, in my opinion, probably in the same level of double O gauge pretty much now.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, sounding this layer I have is obviously only DC. And I would love to change it over to DCC, and that's something I would maybe consider once the layer is actually moved, providing I can get it out of this room. That's the only thing. I've been doing a lot of measuring of doors and things and trying to work out a scheme. Because the layout does come to bits. It's not. It's actually 4 separate baseboards. And I'm pretty confident too the baseboards will move without too much difficulty. But like most railway modelers, you always tend to add bits onto the baseboards. Now they're pretty well screwed and glued down, so I mean, I'm not expecting baseboards to fall to bits. But some of them are 6 foot long and nearly 2 foot wide. So it's trying to get that out the bedroom door, over a balcony, and downstairs. But that's just one of the challenges that I'll face when I come to move the layout, hopefully in a couple of months' time.
Well, good luck with that very much indeed, Ewan. We do have another modeler in the basement, so we're going over the pond with this one, and we're going to be welcoming MRYCG Junction. We're Ray. Modeler in evening, Ray. We're going over the pond with this one, and we're going to be welcoming. You need to, while you're watching, Ray, please watch via StreamYard and not via YouTube, and turn your YouTube audio down.
Right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Lovely. Ray, welcome.
Thanks, Jason. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, obviously, everyone can tell, MRYCG Junction. Now, is it Ray Trewern?
That's right, yeah. It's pronounced as like True and Ern. It's like a Welsh name. So if you put my surname onto Google Maps, it will come up as like a town, village in Wales.
Right. So you're modelling. I take it then Amtrak, but you're not from America then?
No, I'm living in England, in Birmingham.
Oh right. Well, so we're not gone over the pond as I thought we had. Apologies for that.
No, that's not what I'm planning to do.
I suppose it's one of them where you think you see American railways, and I do automatically think, well, there are Americans that are doing it, but there are a lot of modelers here in the UK, even in New Zealand, that do modelling from the different continents. There's a lot over in Canada that do UK trains, a lot in Australia and New Zealand that do UK trains, and vice versa. So it's easily mistaken. So apologies for that.
Oh, that's okay. I went to Massachusetts this January, just before the fires came over.
Yeah.
I went to a show called the Amherst Show, and it's in Massachusetts itself. They have a show every year, and the layout was absolutely enormous. I mean, I took loads of pictures. I even met a friend of mine who lives over there. He all of his money, he spends about $1,000.
Wow. I think we've still got your audio, Ray, but I think your video's froze. Can you still hear us, Ray? I think we've lost Ray. We'll just give him a couple of a minute to see if he does return. But what we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do while we're seeing if Ray does return. We're going to do shout out number 2. The time is creeping on. And shout out number 2 is going to be, I'll bring this up open in YouTube. So it's a 00 gauge. Yeah, unfortunately we've lost Ray. I think he's trying to reconnect. So shout out number 2 is Crawford Street Junction 00 gauge model railway. I'll bring Ray back in. Okay, so it's the second shout out number 2 of the show is Crawford Street Junction 00 gauge model railway. It's currently sitting on 411 subscribers. Now he does have an about section, so I'll read that out. So just a short one. This is a 00 gauge railway layout that I've been building over several years. I do a lot of scratch building, and I also like the landscaping in miniature. This is mainly my interest on the model railway side. So yeah, someone who really likes to do the landscaping. Excuse me while I have a drink. Oh yeah, tonight I'm on the pink hooch tonight. I love that stuff. Oh dear. So yeah, unfortunately we've lost Ray again. Not to worry, Ray. 411 subscribers, yeah, 416 shooting up already, so great. One to be checking out. Now I only found this channel recently, and I've been following back on it on the previous videos, doing a bit of a catch up, and it reminds me of myself very much how I progressed with my layout. It takes me back to when I was, well, I won't say I'm that far, I'm further that far on, but it takes me back to the things I was doing when I was doing this layout. And in some ways, I suppose, still doing this layout. And it's a great channel. He's doing some, in places, he's doing some open frame layout building, as well as integrating into standard flatboard baseboards as well. So it's a good twist between the two styles of layout build. Great videos for you to check out. There's no description on the videos. That's the only downside. So Crawford Street Junction, if you do tune in, can you give your videos a small title so we know what's taking place in your videos? Yeah, so when you do subscribe, make sure you click the bell, select all, and don't leave it as default, because you won't get any notifications otherwise. And interact with the channel. Make sure you go and check out at least 2 of their videos, and on their latest one, go and tell them that you heard about them from here at Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. Shout out on the show. Just looking at the chat a bit. Yes, human include me. There's a bit of a conversation going on here. There's something in the chat. I don't know if you guys can. Going to have to drop out, says Chris. Great stream. No problem, Chris. Job, take care. Stay safe. See you soon. Scrapline says, yes, great channel is Crawford Street Junction. Well done. Someone's saying bye to the Scrapline, but I don't think... Oh, no, it's higher to the Scrapline. Yes, me included. Hi, Digger. Or binge watch, as I call it, to catch up. Yes, that's another way of calling it. Binge watch 1,500 videos that I've posted. Yeah, 1,500 videos of about 2 hours long each, contain about your wonderful drives around all the American, Canadian states. I think my internet is a bit weak. No problem, Ray. But thanks for joining us, Ray. Maybe again in the future. If anyone else wants to join in, please do. I will post the link one more time for anyone else who wishes to drop in. Thank you very much, Ewan, and thank you very much, Brian, for dropping in this week. It's great to chat with modelers directly on the screen. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers?
Just, I think it's a fantastic
one at a time,
community we have here. So I'll let Finnerton go first.
I just want to really add on to what was just being said, really, about the N gauge. It has come on leaps and bounds, but I've got so much double O gauge rolling stock. Some of it is sentimental. I couldn't change down if I wanted to. I couldn't afford to have one scale. That's it. But that's why I have to loft, so I can have full length trains. So yeah, that's all I want to say, really. Other than hello to everybody.
Thank you very much, Brian.
I was just going to say, just to thank everybody and thank yourself, Jason, for hosting these live streams. I think they've been a lifesaver over the past number of months with the situation that we're in. I mean, I'm lucky I've been able to obviously remain at work, but I know a lot of other people, their situations are obviously totally different. So I think yourself and other people, like Jenny's Monday Club, etc., I think they have been a lifesaver over the past few months. And just to all the people who subscribe to our own channel, just thanks really very much for your continued support. And also thank yourself, Jason, for the shout out you gave me a couple of.
Oh, I think we've just lost Ewan.
It's normally my
we'll just give him a moment. He froze. Ewan, if you can hear us, you have froze. Right, yes, unfortunately has dropped out. Thank you very much, Ewan. That's highly appreciated of you, and I do appreciate the support back, obviously, from you, the viewers. It's a delight to have people in here to talk to and to talk about obviously the little model railway channels, which, as we can say, from every acorn grows a big oak tree. I think Brian's listening to me via YouTube, aren't you, Brian?
No, I'm not actually. Well, I'm watching YouTube comments on my other phone.
Oh, right.
And I'm watching you on this one as well at the same time.
So I could hear something in the background there, and I thought, oh, he's watching me via YouTube. So thank you very much, Brian, also for dropping by.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I'll see you again very soon. I'll speak to you obviously very soon also.
Yeah, absolutely. See you soon.
Take care, Brian. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, I'm just going to go on. Now, I was contemplating and just ending this, pausing this series this week and bringing it back. But what I want to do is I want to put a bit of a poll out to you guys. I've got an idea on a next show, but I will need a guest for it, someone to come and join me on the stream. And I've got a theme for it. Now, if I can, it can go ahead. If I can get a guest in for a next show next week, it will go ahead. Now, the guest I had in question is actually here in the chat, and if he is available next week, Scrapline, would you be available for joining me here on the stream next week? I would like to talk a little bit about weathering and also a little bit about scratch building. Now, I know your scratch building has been absolutely superb, and I don't even need to say anything more about the weathering because he's the weathering man. So it's the scrap line. If you are available next week to join me, I'll do one more show before I pause for the end of November period. Obviously, because I've got things to do. If not, I will come back. But I can guarantee you now, the 1st of December, which is a Tuesday, if I'm not here with you next week, we will be taking a pause until the 1st of December, where we'll carry on with Series 3. and there will hopefully be another competition to run, and that's going to run. That'll take us up to just before the Christmas period, and that's when Series 3 will end. So there's going to be. I don't want to shut this off, Series 3 off with only 5 episodes. I'm just going to pause it. But if depending if maybe I can get a guest in to talk about weathering and scratch building next week. Hopefully the scrap line may be available. Then hopefully we will get an episode in for next week. But please bear with me. I'm searching for a guest, and seeing Scrapline in here. He is the number one for me to consider. I'll see what I can do. Drop me a PM. Will do. Thank you very much to Scrapline. But if I don't manage to drop in for next week's episode, I will return on the 1st of December with the next episode and another giveaway. So make sure you are staying tuned for that. Apologies that I've got to take a break. I don't really want to be taking a break, but with things that I've got in development at the moment, my time is being excessively taken up with so many projects at the moment. I've just got to take a breather from a few of them so I can concentrate on some of the major ones that I'm working on. So fortunately, this is one of them, but I will still be posting a few bits and bobs on social media and a little bit of a few Easter eggs of what's to come. But what is to come? Well, there is something very special to come. What do you think it is? What do you think's coming? Well, here is a bit of a snippy clip. Yes, indeed. It's the Worley virtual event. So I am big and behind the scenes sorting that out and working with the team at the Worley Model Railway Club. So that is one of the things I'm up with. Also, it's coming up to my birthday, which is the 25th of November, just before the Worley. And a few other things are in the planning. Also, we've got the podcast coming out, the next episode of the podcast, which is an Over the Pond special. That's coming out this Sunday. And that's nearly ready. Got some editing still yet to do on that. And then we've got to start preparing for the Christmas period. So I've got so many things, as well as obviously working on the layout and a few other bits and bobs in my life at the moment to sort out and deal with and get dealt with. So I'm just taking a bit of a time out until the 1st of December, which will be the Tuesday after the Worley Live. So we'll have lots to talk about how things went on. Fingers crossed it will go swimmingly or smoothly with all that. Major fingers crossed. If it goes anything like what's happened today, it's going to be awful. But no, it shouldn't. It should be absolutely hunky-dory, and I'm really looking forward to lots and lots of announcements that are going to be taking place. So obviously we've got the podcast coming out as well this month. This Sunday, should I say. It's episode 7, and it's the Over the Pond special with some superb guests. And obviously, we've got the usual disaster diaries, and also we've got the talking points from the train crash podcast crew, Oliver and Luke. So make sure you tune in for that. It'll be always released around 2 p.m. mark UK time. Now, and also one thing I must do is massive thank you very much, Container Man, for your super chat there. Totally unexpected. So I think you deserve some of this. Are we ready? This one is for you. That'll do. Yeah, thank you very much, Container Man, for your kind super chat donation there. It will go towards the prize, which I will return back on the next episode, obviously on December the 1st, whichever, whether it would be next week or the week after. So a huge thank you indeed for that. There's just one thing I wanted to actually find. Let me see if I can find it. Really, this is something I've been wanting to find for a while. Where is it? Hang on, I know. This is what, yeah, I wanted to find this because I think it needs. So bear with me a moment. Cold finger syndrome's affecting me again. Yeah, have that one for Container Man. Digger Evans, I cannot give anything away at all. I'm afraid no information will be leaked from me about what's going to be in the show. I will say it's full of lots of very important news and some very well-known members from the model railway world and community. That's all I would say, as well as you modelers as well will obviously play some form of involvement by being there watching the show. Check out the Worley Model Railway YouTube channel and make sure you are subscribed for the Worley event. Yes, love the sound of American train horns. They do sound good indeed. There was a particular horn. I've got it on my computer. And I was trying to find it on net because I think it's a really good one, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. Phil Page, good evening. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the show. We're coming towards the end of the 2-hour stream now. So I'm sure there was something else to tell you guys. I know what I'll do. I'm just going to place this on the rails. Yeah, just place that on the rails. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. So, okay. So the trains should not start moving. No. Let's see if that's right. Yeah. So, for who would like to hear a horn? Here we go. If it works. Oh, wrong button. Oh, cold finger syndrome. There you go. That's a decent horn. So, what are our plans then for everybody? Have we got plans for any model building? Please don't show us your horn. Yeah, I'll show you two horns. Assuming you've had your 10 minutes of fame already. Right, so what I'm going to do for the final 10 minutes of the show, I'm going to post the link in again. If you'd like to join, there you go. Final time of the show. Got 10 minutes left. If anyone wants to jump in. Mark Wilson, good evening. Matt Slade, good evening. I did spot you earlier, but apologies I never got to say hello to you. That's a Class 66, says Matt. Indeed it is. Because here we go. turn the camera around. No, wrong way. Can't get the stuff. Keep going. No, that sound's probably going to fire back up again. Something on the track in the way. Doesn't help. Right, so let's move some cameras around again and give you a final glimpse of the day. What's that view? You don't want that view, do you?
Whalley virtual event is the 28th and 29th of November on the Whalley YouTube channel.
Oh, trying to balance the camera. Move the camera over. No problem. A few more minutes. We'll stay, watch some trains running by. Let's see if we can get some life out there. Again. Let's try to stop it there. There we go. Just seen something I need to do on the APT. The back-to-backs on the power car are not quite right. Cutting it out again. As you see, the light's going out. That's the clipper cutting, unfortunately. Yes, I do need. That is going to be coming out very soon. It needs a little bit of service. Sparky, I was hoping to run it today. Just needs a little bit of a service and get it running on the layout. So I was hoping to get it sorted for today, but I accidentally went and forgot. So our big apologies for Sparky. By the way, I'll be in touch with you shortly. Well, there we go. That's for this show for this evening. Apologies for cutting the live stream halfway through. Super apologies for that. Foreigners as in across the pond. Who says that? Do you have any foreigners run freight on your layout? I do run some freight. I've got a number of freights, but only small. This is mainly traction, as in locomotives and passenger on this layout. I do have a small amount of freight, which is just for aesthetic purposes, really. It's not focusing on the train. Ooh. Let's see if it'll focus on the locomotive. If it wants to focus on the background. Let's put that on the platform. There we go. Nice close up of it. There we go. That's a great little screenshot there. Wonderful Class 68.6, which is fitted with an American engine. No worries, Sparky. We'll leave it, no problem. No worries indeed. Hi, Benton Road. Just as I'm bringing the stream to a good night, you join us. No problem. So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. We may be back next week with episode 6. Not sure. We'll see how it goes. But even if we do, that will be the final one until December the 1st. If we don't, the next episode will be December the 1st. And I'm hoping to do a bit of a talk on scratch building and weathering. So if anyone out there wants to talk about their scratch building and weathering, feel free to get in touch with me. I'd really like the scrap line to come in and see. Would be there. Great to take your answers and show us a little bit of a few skills. Unfortunately, Sparky's just announced he won't be live on his Wednesday show tomorrow evening. No worries, Sparky. Hope you are well. Hope everything's fine. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Take care, stay safe, stay well, and best of all, the most ultimate thing is keep on modeling. Take care, everyone. See you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.